James Twin for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so we got so much boxing coming on this weekend. One of the fights that I'm really excited about, I would probably say it's probably number 2 on the list of like fights I'm most excited about to end the year, apart from the Inoue fight, because I might be going to the Inoue fight here in Japan. But Richardson Hitchins versus Liam Paro. Liam Paro versus Richardson Hitchins, great fight, 50-50 fight for the IBF title. There's so much I can say about this fight. Both men bring some great attributes to the table. You know, with Hitchins, the world-class jab, the lanky frame, good frame for 140. A hard guy to beat when Hitchins has that jab pumping and going, and he's measuring you. He's a very difficult guy to it's hard to get past that lead left hand. Everything else really ain't like all of the other parts of his game, they're slightly above average or average at best, but that's okay because when you're elite in the jab department, everything else don't gotta be like great. It can be, you know, slightly above average or average, and you can find ways to win fights. So with that being said, I saw an article on Boxing Scene. Where Hitchins was reflecting on the Gustavo Lemos fight, which I covered, which, you know, was funny because he was all mad at me because I was saying I made a video in advance before the fight because I knew about Lemos before the fight. I knew about Lemos years before that fight ever got signed because I really follow boxing. This is the home of boxing. I'm in a different class when it comes to covering boxing from a lot of people on YouTube. No disrespect, but they're not covering like obscure fights like Gustavo Lemos 3 years in advance before they even become relevant in the States. So that's just the truth. So I made a video and I told Hitchins, I didn't tell Hitchins, but I said in the video that I thought it was going to be a very tough fight for Hitchins. Hitchins had apparently watched the video or had it sent to him or whatever. And the first time meeting him, he's getting all pissy and mad about, you know, the fact that I said Lemos was a tough fight. And I wound up being correct. It was the hardest fight of his career. It was a fight that the majority of the world thought he lost. And, you know, he was very fortunate to get out of there with the decision, if we're being honest. And so he did this, there was this article that came out on Boxing Scene where pretty much said that he was overlooking Gustavo Lemos, which he shouldn't have been overlooking Gustavo Lemos. If he was on this channel and he heard everything I said about Gustavo Lemos, he should have known. He should have known that it was going to be a real fight if he heard True School say it. But he didn't take True School's advice, and he had the toughest night at the office of his career. So he should take True School's advice in this particular fight with Liam Paro, because Liam Paro is not Gustavo Lemos. He's a better fighter than Gustavo Lemos, and Richardson Hitchins better not overlook him because he said he overlooked Lemos. He better not overlook Liam Paro. He better not look at, because he made light of this in the little face-to-face. He said that, you know, Liam Paro got dropped by Yomar Alamo and they fought, and it was a close fight. And to his credit, to be fair, Hitchins had a much better performance against Yomar Alamo. Hitchins basically, you know, he knocked him out and had one of the best performances of his career, while Liam Paro had one of the toughest nights of his career, and they obviously barely got by. So you can't always use triangle theories in boxing, right? Because if we use triangle theories, right, just to give you guys a modern triangle theory, like Brian Mendoza knocked the hell out of Sebastian Fundora, but Sebastian Fundora beat Tim Tszyu, but Tim Tszyu lost to Brian Mendoza. Or no, but Tim Tszyu beat Brian Mendoza, I should say. So Brian Mendoza knocked off Fundora. Fundora beat Tszyu. Tszyu beat Mendoza. So boxing, you can't use triangle theories. Every fighter there's external factors that are different in every fight. Sometimes a fighter may not mentally be in the best place. Maybe, you know, weight cut, maybe family problems. You don't know what the hell these fighters go throughout the ring. So many things play a role in why fighters perform and don't perform. So you can't use triangle theories because fighters and opponents present different challenges, and every fighter has their different strengths and weaknesses. So just because Richardson Hitchins knocked out Yomar Alamo and Liam Paro went life and death with Yomar Alamo, it doesn't necessarily mean that Hitchins is just going to go in there and blow out Liam Paro. Not for that reason. Now, if Hitchins does go out there and blow out Liam Paro, it's going to be for what he has in the ring himself. You know, his world-class jab, his ability to slow the pace down and control distance, his ability to be precise and throw shots down the middle and exploit any defensive lapses Liam Paro has. That's why Hitchins will win, But I'll say it like this: it wouldn't shock me at all if Hitchins were to go in there and box the best performance of his career. But I'm not picking him. I picked him against Lemos, and I was right in the Lemos fight. But I'm not picking him against Liam Paro. Absolutely not. For a couple of reasons, I'm not picking him against Liam Paro. Number one, I don't think Hitchins, he's got a world-class jab, and it works against most people. But you see, Liam Paro, he's seen a world-class jab so many times in sparring with guys like Devin Haney, guys like Shakur Stevenson, guys that, let's be real, are at a higher level than Hitchins. And I just think, really and truthfully, like Hitchins' jab, when I watch him throw his jab, he throws it, pretty much at the same pace, same speed. He don't really vary the speed. He may vary the placement of the jab. He may vary, like he may throw a stab jab to the stomach. He may feint every now and then throw the jab. But when the jab actually comes out, it's coming out at the same speed every time. And I think Paro, what's gonna happen is Hitchins will probably bank some of the early rounds, and Paro will get used to the speed of his jab, and at some point he's gonna get the timing down and start counterpunching him. And that's one reason why I think he's gonna beat Hitchins. And the other reason I think he's gonna beat Hitchins is because I just think that like if you guys remember correctly, Hitchins made a big deal about not wanting to fight Subriel Matias because of the IBF rehydration clause, and he was so fearful that with this clause, he will not be at his best to fight a killer like Subriel Matias. And now he's acting a little differently, and he's acting like that didn't happen, right? Which is funny. I find it actually comical. But that same factor is still in play. The same problems he could have had against Matias when he didn't want to fight Matias for the belt are still in play when he fights Paul, because they're still fighting for the IBF belt. There's still a 10-pound rehydration clause. And mind you, by his own admission, he had a hard time making weight for the Lemos fight. I think he said he lost, 5 or 6 pounds before the fight. So with that being said, I just think that the combination of him not throwing his jab at different speeds is going to allow Liam Paro to time him. And then I also think that the weight cut, the weight cut and the rehydration clause, it's going to make him a little sluggish in the middle to later rounds. And I think Liam Paro is going to beat him. I don't know if Liam Paro is going to stop him. I'll say Liam Paro wins close decision. I think the closest decision is probably the best prediction I could give, because I think Hitchins is too crafty and too sharp to get knocked out by Paro. Paro's above average puncher, but he's not punching like that, at the world class level. So I think Paro will be too crafty for him, and he'll win a decision. It'll be close. You might even start hearing cries of robbery from boxing fans of Hitchins after the fight, but it'll be a good fight, and I think Paro will defend the belt successfully. But listen, if Hitchins wins, congrats to him in advance. If he does win, congrats to Paro in advance. If he does win, I just want to see a good fight. I got no dog in the race. I don't hate Hitchins. I'm not a Paro fanboy. I'm a boxing fan, and this is what I think is going to happen. And if I'm watching to see a great fight. So hopefully it is a great fight. Best of luck to both fighters. And just to Hitchins, please don't overlook Paro like you did Lemos supposedly. Don't do that, because I don't want to hear any excuses if you do lose. And I don't want to hear any excuses for Paro either. I don't want to hear no excuse from nobody. Not Paro, not Hitchins, not nobody. So best of luck to both guys. And let me know what you guys think. Who thinks that Paro's going to beat Hitchins? Who thinks that I'm just tripping and I'm hating on Hitchins? Leave all your comments and thoughts down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.